everybody introduce themselves
Why?
and
You
say
started
what
it, it's your
their
fault. We'll
role
go
is in this atrocity that we just
This
witnessed.
atrocity. Go ahead, Rick.
I'm Boone Ra.
Boone Ra,
Nora Star.
Star, the Professor Felix Farkoff, Farkoff, MADSML, PhD. Not necessarily in that order.
You done?
Who's this guy?
He said it all. I'm just Joe.
Just a guy named Joe. So here
The
we
guy
are.
that pays the taxes on this property.
There you
right.
go.
Yeah. Thank
So
you, Joe.
we
You
need
think
to,
you own it, but you don't.
You rent it from the school district.
Yeah.
we had to do an
Really?
interview on the origins of Hibisquabi, and
It's his fault.
I would have to say that it's Boone Rascoon's fault.
Well, you came up with the term Hibisquabi.
Well, I don't know if we had that first, or you're
That
just
was-
instigating,
no, that
going,
was,
"Come on,
That was
Professor."
a fictional Los Finsteros world tour. One of the stops was going to
Oh.
be Hibisquabi Old Home Days.
Well,
Right.
okay.
So
All right.
Thanks for refreshing my memory.
I kept asking you, when's Hibisquabi Old Home Days?
We need to have a festival. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, how did the name come about?
Well, there's a phrase in Narragansett from the shores of Cape Cod Bay down amongst the rushes where the Narragansetters play. I've heard the natives translate loosely, "Man, that ain't hay." You know, the Aztecs had potatoes, the Incas had their maize, and all across the turtle's back, tobacco was a craze. Apaches had peyote to help them through their days. But way down east, we like the feast in the Hibisquabi haze. Don't mean nothing.
So
No,
the way,
this is just the beginning. It's 20 years.
yeah. So the way I understood it from the beginning is Rick Boomar was pestering Jess. Boomra was pestering Jess. We should do something. We should have a festival. And then Joe had said, "Well, hey, I got a place up here. We can do it up here."
Yeah.
And I had just come from working 6 years at another concert venue, and says, "Oh, you guys are going to put on a party? I know how to do that stuff." So that's how I became involved, and it just evolved year after year, got better.
The first year we had it on this little stage, that's in
stage?
front of this.
Yeah.
It's not a stage, it's just a deck that's over here in front of this trailer. And,
Yeah, you want to take a picture? That was the first 2 years on that deck.
Yeah, do you still have that picture around?
Yeah, it's over there. Yeah. You can take a picture of that
To
too.
make sure he gets that
Yeah.
in.
So yeah, actually the first year we had that guy that donated his whole solar system.
Second year.
Remember? Second year. You're right. Had a whole
Whole
solar
solar
system
system,
set
that's
out
right.
there.
Yeah.
It ran
In the
the
back
whole
of his
thing.
Jeep Cherokee.
That's right.
Well, it
And,
was 5 planets.
and
so.
I remember Mudbone was playing, and they were there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were absolutely roasting.
baked.
They were baked. It was so
Yeah.
hot coming there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first year. We had 10 bands. The second year we had 15 bands,
Yeah.
and ever since then they've just increased to a maximum of
We went
about
to-
And how the
35.
stages occurred, right, is that the third year, our friend Marty, local fiddle player she's out of Ithaca area, and Bishops, California. She was walking to the Ithaca Farmers Market and walked past 5 dumpsters of old Cornell rowing docks from the crew.
Construction dumpers. yeah.
And she gave me a call and says, "Jess, can we use these for squabby?" And I went, "Sure." And she made the calls and had them dumped on Nora's property just a couple of miles outside Ithaca.
It
Or
is.
just woke up one morning.
And then I picked
No,
them
I know
up with
they
my rollback, my old rollback. So I brought them over with the rollback and dumped them here, and they built the stages out of them.
Yeah, on all his old tires, because Joe has 300 old cars and parts, and tires go
Rims
with them, and rims.
Rims, yeah.
So yeah, we put up the stages, and the first few years we just had like branches of the pine trees that we had to clear, and they were lashed together, holding up tarps that would leak, and it would drizzle, and things would come flying
Yeah.
through, and every year
Flying through.
it improved and improved and improved. Every year we got better and better. And the first year we had a galley up here. It was just
a pop-up.
no, it wasn't
grill.
even that. It was a grill, just a grill in the rain. And so then eventually, when we put a tarp over that, and pine needles got in the soup and such, and through donations that first of all, Squabby is a party for musicians, by musicians, and all our friends. And now that you know us, You're all our friends. Come on to Squabbie. And
So I'll carry that one on with the.
go ahead, you carry on. I forgot where I was.
You
You
were
were
talking
pitching.
about the-
You were pitching Heba Squabbie to the world.
Oh,
Yes.
well. Oh,
So the galley
Galley.
started out, it was like I said, just a grill, and then we got a pop up,
Been here
and
for
then
a week.
I go to a local place called Reuse in Ithaca, and they had all these 20-footers. That's what the Raptors are made out of. I said, Jess, we got to get these. We finally got a chance to actually build something, keep stuff out
Yeah.
of whatever.
Yeah.
So the galley's been in place, what, 5 or 6 years?
So 15.
Long time.
No,
As it is now,
current
as
one.
it stands, yeah.
Yeah.
15 was the first year we put
Yeah,
Raptors up.
all right, so that'd be 7 years it's been up,
And it's gotten longer and longer and longer. And
Yeah,
we
the
put up
winery-
a
the
wine
winery.
tent, wine bar at the far end. We're all
That's a-
made out of Joe's organic grapes over here.
Yeah, Joe's the wine connoisseur. Let's
I'm not
comment
a
about your wine.
Mm-hmm.
Me.
I just know somebody that makes good wine.
So there you see 40 acres of organic grapes. I think they're 40 acres, right?
20 acres.
Ah, well, by the time I
Yeah,
get done
20,
drinking,
30, 40,
yeah.
Don't wish 40 acres of grapes on me.
I just
20
think
is more than enough.
the most important thing to point out is like all the musicians that have come and donated
True.
their sets. Nobody gets paid. Occasionally, you know, there's been somebody so inspiring. Sean Middlebrook, rest in peace, for example, like
Yes.
this were so great that collections were taken up on the spot. But
For him.
you know,
yeah.
nobody comes here to make money. They all come because they love to play, and just all the wonderful people and incredible musicians that have been here over the years. Some of them every year
And
Yeah.
this
The
is
folks
20
you're looking
years
at,
now. This
yeah.
is the 20th year.
have played music every single year at Heba Squabbie.
Yeah.
And
Heba.
other folks have come
Squabbie.
and gone, have evolved,
Or passed away.
but yeah, or passed away, or
Richard, Eric,
um,
Sean.
but there are some younger people coming along, so
And
just got to say thanks to the musicians because they make it
Absolutely.
happen.
Absolutely. And it
Absolutely.
really is cool that they donate all the time. And they all want to come back. We have so many musicians that want to come back. We can't always
Right,
place them at
right.
one.
We've had times we
Yeah.
have to put people
And then
on
there's
a
been-
waiting list or hold for the next one.
all
then
right,
there's
so we
been
started the
jams.
summer Squabbie, which
Yep.
is in June sometime around the solstice. And that's another 3 to 4 day festival if we can pack it up because people just like to come out here and party. Mhm.
Or Winter Squabbie if we get that going again.
Yeah, that's a
Winter
possibility
Squabbie is another
this year.
one.
Yep. The thing is there's been some groups or teasings of groups when people have jammed here and said, "Hey, I like how you play bass. You want to come play music with my band?" And so that's it. Basically, it's a party for musicians by musicians, as Jess said. But it's a great place for all of us musicians to network too.
Network.
Absolutely. If I have a bass player and they can't play it, but hey, I saw this bass player. Hey, can you join us for this gig or whatever? It's really
Yeah.
that's the whole point.
So the music on Thursday and Friday start around 5 or 6 and goes until 11ish, and then we sit around this wonderful large campfire that we have here and just sit around and jam. Sometimes until the sun comes up or until someone yells out of their camper, "Shut up!"
And it gets ignored.
Yes, we've actually had musicians out here all by
Don't
themselves.
camp out near the campfire.
If you
Yeah.
want, if you
Yeah.
want to sleep.
So if you want to find us, you can go to our Facebook site. There's a few of them. Most of them say Heba Squabbie. That's H-E-E. That looks like a P. Wait a minute. No, that's a B.
Squabbie.
I was reading it upside down. Sorry. I've been here for a week and a half setting this thing up, and with the help of 2 or 3 other folks.
Not me.
Not him, because he comes up and sets
He
up
runs the sound.
Dave Richmond does
And
sound
does
on
an
one
excellent
stage.
job on
Yes,
the
he
sound.
does.
No, Dave
As,
Richmond and
as
Joe
does
Crow.
Dave, too.
So
I should say about that sound system, though, is that the very first Heba Squabbie, we had that sound system. It's still here.
Yep, it's 20 years. Yep.
Yep.
And it was already like 10 years old at least.
Mhm.
At that
Yeah.
point, so.
Yeah, we all kind of have it. They've evolved into specific duties. Like Rick is almost always the sound guy on one of the stages or the other, and Jess is the carpenter handyman, helps set up the stages,
Buildings
does
and
the
grounds.
lighting,
Build them all.
buildings and grounds, and Joe is kind of, he backs up a lot of that, and he pays the taxes.
Pays the
he says.
taxes.
Me, I'm the kind of girl.
We
of
mow
all
the
trades.
grass.
We mow the
A lot of
grass.
mowing. We
The
weed
accountant.
eat.
And but he's a great help in the kitchen and whatever you need. And I kind of do the galley and.
She's the
take-
accountant.
The
Famous
accountant.
for the venison burgers.
Yes, famous for his
Venison
vinegar.
burger.
Locally raised.
And
Yeah,
bottles of
locally
wine.
raised.
And that just kind of naturally evolved. Nobody went into this thinking, well, this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to do. It just happened that way.
Yeah. Oh, and our bands are 30, 35 bands, and they're all from the Finger Lake region, within a 50-mile radius.
Okay.
We've had a few friends come from downstate,
Right.
the educated Ukes.
Educated
Fleas.
Fleas, right,
Been
Ukes.
around for a while.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And but all the bands, the bands range from old timey to folk to Celtic
Jazz.
to bluegrass, and then
Downright rock and
jazz,
roll.
downright rock and roll, good rockers at night to
And country.
and country,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have all genres.
all
We
genre.
haven't had any string quartets.
Oh,
No, I was trying to get a tuba orchestra, a tuba
Yeah,
band up
or
here.
We almost had
So if
gospel
you're out there,
hour
if
this
you
morning.
any Baroque
tuba
ensembles, please call us
Susan,
up.
Sue
Yeah.
and Sue could do it. I'll tell them
Yeah.
for next year.
What
Yeah.
tuba band?
A tuba band.
Dave Unland's heavy metal.
Heavy metal, yes, it was
Oh,
a heavy
yeah,
metal
tuba
band, but
band.
they're all
You'd like
wonderful
that, wouldn't
players.
you?
Well, I have a sousaphone that I haven't started playing
Yeah,
yet.
we'd like to get Dave out here.
Yeah.
He would be fun.
He was the tuba professor at IC.
And the other thing is that we
Fully retired.
there's 4 of us that actually take turns booking the music. It was Rick's turn this year. I've done it. Jess has done it.
I haven't done it.
No, Joe Crum,
Joe
who's
Crum
not here
has,
now,
that's
he's
right.
done
Joe
it.
Crum's another, one of the guys who works, gets the
So we
sound
kind of
together.
take turns because we all have a lot of bands that we like similar, and there's some new ones that I catch that they don't know, and vice versa. So it's good. We always manage to get 1 or 2 new bands in the year.
What I like to see here is a rendezvous for antique split windshield VW buses. Want to see 500 of them spread out in the line.
Brett just
One in every crowd.
You never know what
Just
we're going to see
street
up here. Right. Is that a muskrat? What the hell was that? Was that weasel?
you photo bomber, you. And that's one of our local heroes. That would be Mr. Brett.
Hey, no names.
I'll just say that. I didn't say anything more. But
Definitely
yeah,
not if he's
we all,
breaking the law.
we all love him.
But
to
that
death.
Scarlet Pimpernel is pretty famous. Everybody will know who that is.
Ethel, is that you? Get your clothes back on. There he goes. Bump.
Should catch a shot of that.
He did. He went behind us. Yes. Brent, how can you top that?
Yeah, I can't. I guess we're done then.
We're done. That's what we can't top that.
Can't have that.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris,
Thank
for
you for
doing the video
sharing.
stuff. And you can go to my YouTube site when he's all done editing this out. That'll be under my name, under Jess. Never mind. It's
Just never mind.
yeah, that's right.
I didn't know that was your
We're gonna
site.
try-
Okay, Young Quest, YOUNGQUEST.
No USC.
USB.
You can get dressed now. Oh my God! I can't believe you
Keep that weasel off my shoulder. Get out of here. Hey.
Uh,
All right. Squab, 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 squabby.
ah,
So thank you, Chris.
thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Had no idea how this was going to work out. Neither did you, but seemed to work out pretty well.
You actually put in more hours than some of us put into this weekend.
Well, it's good to love what you do.
He's getting
Greg, you should have seen it 5 minutes ago.
Somebody
Oh my God,
just
there's
flashed
weasel
by
right
here.
across the screen here. Ah.
Ugh.